I hope the young women of the church will do all they can to develop their God-given talents and to stretch themselves intellectually and spiritually during their youth and young adult years, for the learning process is scaffolding for the soul. We desire our women to be unarguably superb individuals, wives and mothers, and they can contribute so much to this outcome by making the most of their educational opportunities both now and by having a posture of lifetime learning. A short time ago, during one of the few times at my own ward sacrament meeting, our bishop called attention to a brochure describing a local church educational program which he placed at the side of the pulpit. Significantly, after the benediction, the first person to come up and get a brochure was Sister Camilla Kimball, the wife of the prophet, who has rightly been called a lady of constant learning. She continues to be involved spiritually. She's been a Relief Society spiritual living teacher for more than 20 years until recently. She continues to be involved educationally. She has taken classes of one kind or another every year since she's been married, except for the last 2 years when traveling has precluded this kind of participation. She, not a man, was the first pace-setting child of that family of 18 to leave and set the pace educationally, and it's a high-achieving family. I remember a BYU movie a few years ago in which there was a line that went something like this: "Some men never recover from the ignorance of their mothers." Conversely, one cannot fully appreciate the prophet Joseph Smith without noting the remarkable qualities of his outstanding mother, Lucy Mack Smith. We give to our children what we are, and the more a mother brings to the nest, the more nutritive the nest. It is very important, therefore, that we genuinely encourage the full development of women in the church so that they can carry out their unique roles effectively and articulately in the nursery, in the neighborhood, in the classroom, as well as in cookery. Brethren, marry a woman who is your better in some respects, and sisters, do likewise, so that your eternal partnership is one of compensating competencies. This is certainly the case in my own marriage. So far as certain attributes or skills are concerned, I am the Avis in our eternal partnership. You may think that hurts, but I am glad, not threatened by my wife's qualities. I am grateful for her traits and qualities that excel my own in some critical dimensions of our lives. I hope that our young sisters will not only acquire the vital skills of homemaking, therefore, but that they will not neglect their natural talents in literature or language and in science, just as I hope our men study the facts of fatherhood as well as physics or fine arts, and that each will put their hands to the plow without looking back. Education involves the preparing of the person, and that is what matters, more than the particular calisthenics that are used. Remember, brothers and sisters, we take our knowledge, skills, and attributes with us, not only into marriage, but also into eternity. Knowledge rises with us in the resurrection, and the limitations on our luggage then will not be limitations of volume, but of kind. Finally, I have never sung Eliza R. Snow's lyrics of 1845 in the Anthem of Appreciation, O My Father, without being touched by its reverence for womanhood, which is light years ahead of some current attempts to dignify womanhood. The inspired truths for those lyrics came through the prophet Joseph Smith, but the inspired poetry was Eliza's, as President Joseph F. Smith once observed. Sisters, if there are some prophetic sayings which you don't fully understand, do what a magnificent Mary did. Keep those sayings in your heart and ponder them. Meanwhile, push out your borders, just as the borders of the kingdom are being pushed out. Let LDS women show the real way to womanhood, preening not for the praise of the world or for passing political preeminence. Male or female, we must not fail to see such simple truths as these, because we are forever looking beyond the mark.